What's going on, you bitch made ass niggas? You bitch made ass bitches. You real ass niggas and you real ass bitches. We back in the motherfucking, in the place to be. Episode, what is this? Where we at now? Where we at with it?
It's a bonus. This is a
It's
bonus
a
one.
bonus. Oh, well, y'all niggas is lucky. Y'all niggas is lucky. There's some extra shit. We ain't even got a title for this, but we live. It's Mars, the motherfucking demon. We got drugs. We got 5-2.
Crack.
And it's cracking the motherfucking 80's, bitch.
Flight school, baby.
Flight school, we back. We got a motherfucking guest today, fellas. Niggas got a guest.
Oh shit, we got
Our first guest, bro. You know what I mean? We got another fellow New York nigga, you know what I mean? Let me intro my son, you know what I mean?
Sir.
Motherfucking weed enthusiast, weed extraordinaire. You know what I mean? Motherfucking green thumb farmer, East New York's own, you know what I'm saying? I got my son Lord in the building. How you doing, Lord?
You already know that I'm feeling extra amazing right now. Thank y'all for having me. Shout out to Crack in the 80s pod, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. But like you said, we just chilling. We just to roll up some little ice cream right here, a little special small batch that I picked up out here in Vegas. Vegas surprisingly actually has a lot of good product. Especially the prices as opposed to California, and you definitely know New York. Shit, right. New York is getting out of hand. Anyway, Vegas is good. I'm good. And I'm just ready to chat with y'all, get some knowledge out there and exchange, etc., etc. What's good though?
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. This is gonna be a special episode. I'm not gonna front. We had our 420 episode on 420. You know what I mean, few weeks back, and I definitely made it a point to mention, yo, my nigga Lord. I wish my nigga Lord was on this episode because he could definitely spread some knowledge. And shit, a few weeks later, we got the man here. A month later.
I'm always be here for y'all, man. I had to get adjusted to the podcast setup and stuff like that. I didn't really know. I'm a music guy, so music and on the field, thrifting, what have you, like go to weed or whatever. But this is really lit. I really appreciate this. This is really cool. It looks really cool.
Side note, before we even knew who you was, nigga, the nigga Ye played us a song. This was like one of like the first, I want to call those the lost episodes. We just sat back. Yeah, we just sat back and listened to, I forgot what the name of the song was. Listen to that shit like 80 times.
We listened to Confessions
80 times just back to back, bro.
Hope my homies make it out. They never see the
Yo,
jail.
man. Yeah. Yo, bro, we brought that shit back. We had that nigga 5 to bring that shit back so many times.
Man,
yeah, that's just still coming out. It's still coming.
Yeah.
It's not lost files.
I was talking about what the recording we was doing. It was we was.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm like, bro, that song ain't.
This before YouTube. This before IG and all that.
This is before we even actually started putting the pod out. This is for the fans, the early fans. This is when we just had clips. I mean, we was just putting clips out at this point.
Telling me, I was glad to hear that. I felt like I actually had something going because I took like a big left from like what I was doing. I don't know if y'all heard any of my music prior to, but like, it's not too different. It's just that it's less like bounce. It's more like I'm speaking in a style of spoken word and or like a poetry style versus like kind of being like I'm knocking competition out like money listed, like that. Even though I do kind of miss that sometimes, I just kind of feel like not challenging enough for me. It's not really like I feel like when I do the music that everybody may not necessarily like, it's more witty and like challenging. I have to say something that is like kind of like, oh wow, did he just say that? Or like it makes you think like, oh wow, that was cool and shit like that. I feel like if I'm just constantly just making songs that have bounce in it, or like I never really did gun bars or nothing like that. So, I already kind of was already quote unquote down in the mainstream, like because I'm not like I'm out here pimping hoes.
You and me both, bro.
I'm not. Yeah, like I don't do none of that. Like I'm not like gun bar. I want to shoot you 2 AK9s in the clip. Like Yeah, like that's just cool for certain niggas, bro. But I have no interest. Like that's gonna scare away all the girls.
bro.
Like I'm good,
Already,
bro.
already, just from saying that alone, we relate so much because you know, even when I was, in my going hard writing music phase, uh, I had homies that was close to me, early days, and they used to be like, "Yo, why you don't jump on this beat, yo, French Montana just dropped this hard ass song. Everybody jumping, they doing, you know what I'm saying? You remember from back then when everybody would jump on the illest beat, and yeah, it was like a thing. You know what I'm saying? You maybe you do a song or you do a little freestyle, and I would always tell them like, that's I, I don't knock niggas that do it. You know what I'm saying? But that's never been my thing. Music has always been like a diary to me. So
Exactly. It's about like feelings and like what you. It's not
But
really like.
and I have my guys, sorry for cutting you off.
Go ahead, bro.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
have
Go ahead. Go ahead.
my gun bars here and there, but it ain't as like direct. I'm punching with the gun bars. It's not really just you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's not just I feel like if you do that, you have to do it as some type of style. I look at rap like I tell drugs all the time. I look at rap as like skateboarding. And all the tricks that we do is the metaphors, the wordplay, this and that. You can't just be, you know what I'm saying, just rhyming a rhyme because you could put words together well. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna do something, make it make sense. Or make a nigga go, oh yeah, that's right. Ah.
Word,
Exactly.
right,
word. And what I was
Like a lot
getting
of people don't do that.
with the music too, we getting back to the Confessions record I was playing that Lord got. The shit is just so clear too, sonically. Like you hearing every word you saying, even though quote unquote the flow or the delivery may be unorthodox or maybe not what the norm of what niggas is doing. So, but for that to be so articulate and clear as well, that shit, I feel you on why you
It's a lot of practice.
chose to take that route. Yeah, nah, that's
bro.
what's up.
That's
But
the
I mean,
best. That's the best rap, bro. That's the best style of rap. That's the what I'm saying. Not the pen any style or judge any way anybody does things. Like I feel like art is art, but to be honest with you, bro, we we already seen what I'm saying, we seen the essence of hip hop. We seen where it started from, and this is no disrespect from for what it started from. We all love the vintage hip hop. You know what I'm saying? We love the raw shit. We love the Wu Tang. We love the what I'm saying, the Rakims and all like the Nas's. But now what? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, where does it go from here?
Exactly.
I can't. You feel me? I can't outdo what Nas did. I can't outdo Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? I can't outdo Reasonable Doubt.
Half the niggas can't even outdo what they did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
you feel
they
me? So
can't even outdo what they did.
I feel like that everything that's already been done, it's already been done in a huge way, an incredible way. But I feel like now it's time to change it up. It's time to paint pictures with our rap, like, but in a different way. Let's Basquiat it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go outside of the norm. Like, let's paint a picture that don't look like the norm. You feel me? When I look at it, I I don't really know what I see. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a face or is it a face? You feel me? Is
Or
it?
it's
You know what I'm
open for
saying? Like, what is it really?
interpretation.
Right.
Or you leave it open for interpretation. That's what true art should be. It shouldn't be one. That's it. Going to the last part. I mean, well, you were going to the last part. Is that Kendrick album? I guess that's kind of what the consensus that I had with is. It to me is it's growing. It's growing with every time I listen to it, which I appreciate. I mean, that's what.
I haven't tried. I tried. I think I listened to like N95, and I was just kind of like question mark. Like I don't really like theatrical rap. I'm
Mm.
saying like I feel like I mean I'm hearing him. Don't get me wrong, I'm hearing him, but like I feel like without the video, it's not necessarily as
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
effective. So that's what I mean by like theatrical. Like the other like that other song, This Is America. Like that song's dope. Don't get me wrong, but it's more so like theatrical because, but Donald like he that's what he does. So I'm not mad at him. But Kendrick, I feel like. I don't know. I just didn't really like Kendrick like that. I ain't gonna lie. Every time I try, bro, him and J. Cole, it's very unpopular opinion, but every time I try, bro, I'm just like, I can't do this,
You
bro.
know what
I can't.
you know. Let me say this real quick, Moss.
Go ahead,
All
go
right,
ahead, go ahead.
you know, because I really love Kendrick, but at the same time, you know what I realize what kind of, I wouldn't say bothers me, or I guess plays it out for me, but if he would, okay, so when Good Kid, Mad City dropped, and that's an amazing album, right? Okay, so when
I love that.
Yeah, Good Kid, Mad City dropped, Damn dropped, bro. If he did some shit where, okay, this might be too much, but let's say he did like a visual book for the album. You get what I'm saying? So every song now, as opposed to me just listening to the song straight through, there's a song and then there's the visual with it.
Kind of
So
like
it's
what
not
50 did for the massacre when he dropped literally a video. I mean, he didn't do it in that creative way. He just had a video for every song. But I feel you on that, like putting it out, accompanying it with the visual aspect. So now it's more than just the music; it's an actual piece. You know what I'm saying?
right, but because think about it. Imagine if Kendrick was to do some shit like that, bro. He would fucking destroy the planet, bro. What we
I would like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be like, this is fire. Like, like this is crazy.
Because every time he drops a visual to a song, bro, no matter what song it is, bro, your head is blown, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you didn't hear the song or really fuck with that song before, now you fuck with that song.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I did like that song with him and Rihanna. Then I saw the video. I was like, wow, the song is beautiful.
And the video still is not really explained.
Right,
There's still questions to the visual, but it helps. Like, you know what I'm saying? It takes you somewhere. And
right.
that's what art is.
Nah, fat.
Yeah, so like, I think he's a great artist. You know what I'm saying? So like overall and all that. Like I think he's a great artist. I think J. Cole's a great artist. But if I just like listen to them, like their words, and I'm just like no. Like especially like Johnny P's Caddy and shit, like with Benny the Butcher and shit. Like I cannot listen to that shit. I try, and I'm just like this nigga's giving us a weather report. Nigga's giving us this nigga's like the sun was shining, the moon was glowing, the moon. I'm
Okay,
just like,
so
and my nigga tried to explain it to me like he's just painting a picture. I understand that, but like I'm like, but if I did that, I would be whack. I'm just saying.
I have my gripes with that verse and him talking about what he spoke about on that song with Benny the Butcher. It was just like, you really went on this nigga song and tried to diss this nigga?
Shit was mad crazy because like I listened to the whole verse. I'm just like, he's doing this weird verse about this weather, and obviously not really the weather. And then he does like some weird counter rapping. Like it's like weird. Like what's up with this nigga? But
I
you know,
thought it
neither
was
here
weird
nor
that he
nor.
came on the song saying the butcher coming or whatever. He did Benny's tag.
I felt like he was trolling him the entire verse. That was just my take. And he tried to say like, no, I'm not. He's not trolling. Benny the Butcher came out and said that he wasn't. It wasn't that. But nigga, I mean,
Yeah.
okay,
it's
so
it's that.
not to get too deep into this, because we got to get into what we get into. I want to ask you real quick, Lloyd. What? Give me, let's say, like three artists right now. You say caters more to what I guess you listen to or favor or inspired
Stove
by.
God cooks. Stove God cooks.
Oh man.
Um, Max B.
Oh man.
Um,
Always.
and Sade.
Who you said?
I don't know. Sade. I don't know.
Yo,
Definitely like I'm trying to think of who I listen to. Yeah, that's it. Really.
you the goat for that, man. Nigga said Sade. Yeah.
That's a nice fucking three right there. Max B, Sade, and Stove God, Stovito.
That's a yeah. That's
Like who like I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
right
a
now,
a
nice
good
three.
as far as
playlist.
music.
Yo,
Oh,
shout
word,
out to Soul
Yeah.
God, man. Free Max.
word, word.
But my man just had a show with Stove God actually. That shit looked like it
Son,
went lit.
Stove God was out here with Wes, my nigga. Like son, who I used to be do video with Johnny Dang. He was at Wes was at Johnny Dang shot with Stovito. He gave that nigga a chain. The son who I used to fuck with, he recorded all that shit. Shout out to son.
I didn't see the video. The video was like out or some shit. Is that Johnny Dang?
I mean, it's just on
I see him post it on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean,
Fire.
Fire.
So A1.
nice little vinyl, nice little piece. But let's go ahead
Oh
and get
man.
into the matter at hand. We brought the young Lord himself here
Praise the
to
Lord.
we brought him here to tell the people about his interests, to tell him who he is. So basically I could get into how I met you, bro, really, like, which is a kind of crazy story. Like, now I mean we all from NY, you know what I'm saying? We all from different parts of the city. But I didn't meet this nigga until I moved to Houston, bro. Like, I met this nigga on some niggas out here that I knew. Asian cat, you know what I mean? Shout out to Drew.
That's a dream.
Shout out to Drew. I met that nigga out here running around doing what I was doing at the time. And he put me on the Lord, like, yo, you from NY? Like, this is a cat that I know from NY. He be having all the bait pieces. I copped some bait from him before. Like, when you, cause I
He actually had babe calls. Yeah, he actually bought babe. Since you were asking about the babe call, I actually sold babe calls to this person he's talking about.
Wow. Look how I come around though.
son, word. Like, so he was like, cause I used to always tell him, like, yeah, I'm from NY. I used to go back, and I mean, that was early on when I first moved here. I was going back a lot more. So he was like, yo, when you go back, you should link with Lord. Like, I mean, he from NY. So, and I mean, he made the connection. I started following Lord. And literally, bro, I went back, didn't know him, but just off the strength of Drew and I mean our communication online. Went and linked up with him, pulled up to the stew, niggas jammed out, made like a beat and shit. And from there it was just
was lit.
love. Nigga gave me free merch too, bro. Like off the first, like, you know what I mean? Like off the first me. And I was like, oh yeah, nah, this is a real nigga. And just the vibe was cool, you know what I'm saying? Niggas pulled up. And from there, shit was just love. But I mean,
It was super fire, bro.
yeah,
Sure.
nah, that shit was lit. But you know what I'm saying? So tell the people, like, explain to the people, I know we got into it a little bit earlier in the intro, but just explain to the people where you from and how you got into music and how you ended up in Vegas.
So again, Osiris Lourde, that's what I currently go by. I'm actually, that's gonna be my government name probably within the next couple months.
Nice.
And basically, some people might know me as Kenny Parker. From back in the day, I have a song called Go Yard 66 that was like pretty fucking popular. 2014, like mad views for 2014 for it to have like 10,000 views. Like, yeah, that was a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
For a regular nigga.
Yeah, he was a pretty big deal back then.
That's kind of how
That was pretty
That's what I'm
serious.
saying. Yeah, if you watch the video, if we were able to somehow show the video, you would be like, this is a very impressive video for this time. You know what I'm saying? For like a nigga that I just, like on the street type shit, you'd be like, wow. I connected like Soho with East New York. It was crazy. I literally blended like both. I had niggas from Soho in East New York, and for niggas from East New York and Soho and shit was crazy. So anyway, that's kind of how I started. I did that. I had a project that I dropped with someone named Elroy Jetson. And our first project was called Black Nego because I always was into vape and shit. Like there was no, like, literally my first vape t-shirt was like 2000 and like 2005 maybe. I was in 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? So I just always been into that shit.
Around the same time. It's around that time we saw Pharrell in front of that Lambo with TK. You know what I'm saying? And then you watch fucking. Then you follow TK. And then that's how you really, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Pharrell. Then you found out about Nego. That whole era was just was crazy, bro.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Like I was into like anime and shit like that, and then Pharrell was around, and then I was like, "What is this shit?"
Yo,
you know
for
what I'm
real,
saying?
bro, for real. This nigga, who is this? Like you knew Pharrell, but then you like, who is this nigga? Why this nigga? What the fuck is this he got on? Why is this shit so? Why do I love his clothes?
Yeah. So I was kind of into that, and then I kind of like just always like to be kind of in the camera and shit like that, and like, you know, I was just one of those children that was like dressing nice because my mom actually just dressed me super nice and shit like that. So I kind of just grew up in that, like, kind of wanted to be in show business, not necessarily knowing. It's not like I was like, yo, I know I want to be in show business and shit like that. But, you know, I dress nice. Music came around originally when I first started listening to music, to be honest with you. Like as early as I can remember, it was like Unit, Lil Wayne, stuff like that. Stuff my uncle listened to. That was like when I was like 9 and shit like that. When I started listening to my own music, I listened to like this is a lot of Southern music. I don't even know like how I even found it. Like I listen to like a lot of Bun B. I listen to like a lot of like I have no idea. Like
That's
literally,
crazy.
I was like I thought I was like I didn't think I was a Southern nigga. Like I wasn't that influenced or anything. But like when my first rap song, my first rap song was like fucking. I was like talking about like lean and like fucking driving like all these crazy ass cars niggas ain't having in New York and shit like that. Yeah, that
Yeah,
shit was
that's
lit.
funny. It's because me being in Houston now too is kind of funny that like that correlation is made because me living here now I definitely see influence from like both cities on each other. I mean, like a lot of people I know here fuck with a lot of New York music. You know what I mean? New York rappers and shit. Niggas out here love Jadakiss. I remember you know what I mean, I was at work and when the verses was popping, you know what I mean, Dipset versus the Locks. I was at niggas was at the job was, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, Dipset and them niggas got joints and niggas was like, man, the Locks is the Locks, nigga. And I was just like, yo, damn, I didn't even know the Reach made it out here to the A. So that's kind of cool that you made that
It's
connection.
really respect.
Yeah, that's
It's really
crazy.
respect. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know what happened there, but that was like a big influence on me growing up. And then you had like Cuddy came out by the time that you started like appreciating music more. Like for me, I'm about to be 30. Um, the 2022 June 16th. Just case in the future, y'all listening to this shit, Now, anyway, anyway, so Kid Cudi kind of came out and shit like that, and
Cuddy the God.
yeah, so he came out and he wasn't like gangsta and shit like that. Actually, here's a fun story. I actually seen Kid Cudi before I knew who Kid Cudi was, and I know that for a fact because I was on the C train. There was a guy. This is like 2000. Like I was fresh in high school, 2006 maybe, 2006, 2007, and I see this dude on the C train, and he has on like at this point already into streetwear, huh?
No, I was about to say that was I think that was around the time he worked in he worked uptown. Yeah,
Uptown,
yeah.
like big. So basically, I just seen a nigga. This is like during the time where like APCs is popping, and now that time was like if you know, you know. It was like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Soul Collector, ISS, and Nike Talk. So I don't like these hard denim jeans and like white cement threes and shit. And this was one they wasn't retro, you know what I'm saying? So like this dude had like 2000 something like 2003 or whatever the fuck year, 2001 or whatever. Anyway, I seen him on the train because he had that fucking bomber, like he had like a leather bomber jacket. I seen a lot of people before they were famous. I seen Drake inside Supreme. I actually have it on my blog, bro. My blog spot from fucking years ago. Cause like I went to go. I don't know if y'all are into like Nike SB and shit, but like the
Heavy.
day the SB Gibsons came out, the shits with the pink fur on the inside. I fucking went to Supreme to get them, and then I had on like Red 11s again. Like this is before they retro the shit, and he was just like staring at them shits, and I was like, "Is this the Degrassi nigga?" Like I legitimately, even on my blog spot, I was like, "Yo, the Degrassi guy was like staring at my shoes and shit." Like that shit is mad funny. Yo, one day when we're all together or we figure out something where I could like go down my blog spot, I would love to share because y'all gonna be like, "This nigga is crazy." Like he been on this shit like 2000 and shit. Like you'll be like,
You
wow.
mentioned the C Train with Kid Cudi. He used to record in the East.
Yeah, that's as I got older, I
Yeah.
found out that he was like literally that's so that when I knew that solidified that was Kid Cudi because
Mm-hmm.
it was like a nigga that like no one looked like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like no one looked like he looked mad
Yeah, he
cool.
has a
I always thought
distinct
he looked
look
mad.
for sure. That's you can
It's
tell
crazy.
him.
We had a Big Sean appreciation episode, and I had that same incident with Big Sean at the BBC ice cream store. I knew I heard of his music. I just didn't know who the nigga was. Then I seen him, and I'm like, "What the fuck? Why is these niggas dick riding this nigga inside this store right now? Who is this nigga?"
Big
And it
Sean.
was fucking Big
I
Sean.
seen
My nigga Mars was
after
like, yo,
that.
he does look cool, but why the fuck do they keep following this nigga?
Word, who is this nigga? B?
He had the Tisa caps on or the Bam chains on. What he had on?
The pow chains.
Out there, the power chains.
He had a vape hoodie. He had his chain on. He had, I think he had the Yeezy ones on. If I'm not mistaken, the Nike Yeezys.
Yeah, the black joints. He used to wear them shits. I ain't gonna front. Like I know he had
Might
the
have been a
black
tan
joints.
pair.
I used to want them shits, and I was like, damn, Sean got them. We got the same name. I need them joints, nigga.
Or
I bought some Tisa hats. I have some right now. I have 2 Chicago Bulls like practically dead stops.
shit.
We gonna talk.
I have them right now. I wish I brought that shit out. I got mad stuff. That's why I said in the video, bro. Cause like I got mad shit, bro. Like shit is crazy. And you know the craziest things I got them. When I tell you how much I got them for, I got them on eBay together for $40.
I believe it.
Like literally. But the thing is that if you look it up right now, the white one is selling for like 200, and the black one that is selling for like 750, bro. Shit
Jesus
crazy.
fucking Christ.
Man, y'all gotta put me on to this shit,
I'm
man.
about to say you just mentioned like I mean let's go ahead and get right into that because I heavily talk about how much I've been thrifting now and reselling on the pod. Like that has become a topic every episode for me, definitely. So I be telling niggas, yo, my son Lord put me on. Like I seen him doing it, and that nigga gave me the game. So kind of get into that as much as you want to. And I mean divulge just that
I don't
world.
mind. I love talking about how to help the homies make money. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the thing for me. Like just one day was like, look, you need to make money super easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, as kids, we probably all went to the thrift shop probably to buy some clothes. You know what I'm saying? There was a phase where it was like, yo, niggas is getting heat at the thrift shop.
Flea markets and shit.
Yeah, like there's a whole section of the thrift shop that we never really looked at. Excuse me. And sometimes you find things, you know, like you might be like, I need a blender, and you find a blender, you know, that's for your home. But there's people who might want that blender for like $50. So regardless of that, I was like, I need to find something that I can go do really quickly and make money. So I started last year in March of 2021. I said, let me. I think how I stumbled upon it about actually thrifting is that I wanted to do storage auctions. So my original idea was I'm gonna try to do a storage auction. I did a storage auction last year in January or the end of December. Excuse me, the end of December in 2020. So I won a unit for $110, and let's just say there's 100 items in the unit. Let's say them. So 2 items and made $120. So from 100 items that I bought for $110, 2 out of the 100 and made 120.
You made over what you bought the whole entire unit for.
Right. Or like 20%, 2%.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's crazy.
So basically, I was like, okay. At that time, I didn't really know how to sell miscellaneous things. You know, like I kind of could gauge things. Like there was a BB. The things I sold first were the things I knew how to sell, or I knew like this might have value, like an old ass like shotgun BB gun, like you know, like some vintage shit. I knew somebody probably wanted that, and I could have probably honestly got more money if I knew. I sold it for like 70. There was like some beat ass Nike Shocks in there. I sold for like 30. Then there was like what else? There was something else that I sold with it. I made 50 anyway. So I made that, and that kind of sparked when I moved to Vegas. So really quickly, how I got to Vegas was I moved from New York to Florida. I lived in Florida from 2019 to like the end of 2020. That was just like a brief moment. It's not really any history there. Then I went to California. The apartment that I got, my homie basically like didn't tell me I was gonna be squatting. I end up getting kicked out of that apartment because the building manager comes in one day because like, oh then
wait. We ain't gotta get too deep, but damn, like I was just watching.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind saying.
I was just watching the Netflix joint about it was called I think Bad Neighbors or some shit, and it was about a nigga that was a serial squatter, and I'm like, I heard about the term before and I knew what it meant, but until you see it and actually know what it means by law. So for those that's listening that doesn't know what squatting is basically you take habit, you inhabit a dwelling like a home apartment, but you might not be paying the rent. You might pay rent 1 month, but you don't pay rent ever else, like any other time. But by law, if you're in this place by, I think it's 30 days, if you're in this dwelling for a certain amount of time, by law, the person that owns the house or who's renting it to you can't kick you out. Like you have rights that you're allowed to stay there, even though you may not be paying rent or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right, that shit is like low key. Like now I think about it, it's like unemployment. It's like all right, I've been here this long. Now I could just stay here, or I can collect money, or like usually. I mean, the case wasn't so severe with me. It just happened to be like somebody didn't tell me the truth, and I ended up having to get out of there. But luckily, my partner that I'm seeing, she like they're actually non-binary, so that's why I'm gonna say them or AK. So they were able to help me move, and I was able to basically like look in the area because there was no way I was gonna be able to just get up and move the same day into like another apartment. You know what I'm saying? It was literally like knock knock. Oh, there's nobody supposed to be in this apartment. Okay, can you leave? You know, I'm lucky that they didn't call the cops
Yo,
on me or
that's
nothing.
crazy though. Imagine that. That's a
Yeah, that's
situation.
crazy.
Imagine, nigga, you living in your crib, what you think is your crib, and niggas knock on the door like, yo, nigga, it ain't supposed to be nobody in here right now, fam. What you doing?
Okay.
That's wild, bro.
You know, I had to just. I'm the type of person that like I'm very solution oriented. You know, like I'm solution driven. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, but this happened. I'm more like, okay, clearly can't live here. What's the next option? What do I do? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga, you a
oh,
peaceful nigga. That's why I be telling niggas, I'm like, yo, you a peaceful nigga, bro. Like, this nigga always got just answers, my nigga. Word.
have to, bro. Like, I mean, not even answers. It's just like you can't dwell on the problem. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? You're gonna
right,
dwell on the problem. You're gonna get depressed. A whole bunch of things are gonna happen, and you still don't have an answer. You know what I'm
right.
saying? You still don't have an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like you lose $100, you're gonna sit and be like, damn, I lost $100. No, you're gonna be like, damn, I need my $100 to pay a bill tomorrow. How am I gonna make $100? You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna. Oh, dang,
Facts.
somebody steal it from me. No, you can't do that.
I'm sad. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, word. A lot of people go like depression. That's a
Can't
side
do that.
effect, nigga. Sleep. That's a
Yeah,
direct.
you can't do that though. I mean, like, yes, I'm not okay. I'm never gonna tell somebody you can't be sad or upset. You know, you can't cry. You could do that. Do what you do, but after that 15 minutes of crying and doing whatever you want to do, you need to take a nap. You better wake up rejuvenated after that nap, figuring out how you gonna make that $100 back.
Right.
Don't wake up and be like, I must keep crying in a different way. Like, no. So anyway, I was just on some. I needed to get up, and I was like trying to find Airbnbs. That didn't really work out. Originally, I was gonna move to Phoenix. I was kind of just moving to California to transition from the East Coast to the West Coast because I went to California like several times since 2015. So I was familiar. You know what I'm saying? Like I even had California ID and everything
Oh shit, you was knee
ready.
deep. You was knee deep. You was,
That's what I'm saying. Like I already was like
yeah.
I am a person that lived in California. So
You a Cali nigga.
yes. So I mean I'm a Brooklyn nigga, but you know anyway. But I was like you said, bro. I was already like familiar. Like I
Right,
already had
right.
like a life in the West Coast and shit. So I was just kind of
That's
like
fire.
transitioning. I'm like, my homie was giving me a spot for 400. That shit worked for like 2 months, and then I had to get out of there. I was able to stack bread during that time because I had just fucking. I was like kind of selling shit and kind of like working at the time before I left the East Coast because I was like, I'm gonna move to the West Coast. I might need some unexpected bread. So I'm like, I'm gonna work anyway. I was kind of doing eBay at that time too. I wasn't thrifting, but I was selling like I always was like importing vape and stuff from like Japan. Like I've always been doing that from like 2014. You know what I'm saying? That's like another hustle. Like that's for a different episode. We could talk about
Yeah, I'm
that.
about to say that's
And
a
I
whole
think
different episode. This nigga, he put me
yeah,
onto
that's a
that
different.
recently.
That ain't even an episode, nigga. That's a talk.
Yeah, word. That's off mic. That's off the mic.
That's like
Yeah.
that's Patreon, yo. Crack in the
Yeah.
'80s, you know, Patreon. When you talk about how to get all the bait from Japan for the low, I bought 2 bags for 1 penny, and I show you how to bait bags. There, I'll be like, wow, you got that for a penny. That's for the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Special episode for the Patreon.
That's crazy.
Anyway, so I always just been
Yeah, we got.
doing what the fuck was I talking about? Reselling. I don't know. Anyway, my point is we were asking about thrifting. So basically I found out about actually thrifting because I said there's miscellaneous items in the world that are just laying there somewhere that we could sell for a lot of money. So I just kind of looked at storage auctions. I found one person. He started talking about another person who sells just regular stuff. And his name is Osborne to Thrift. So then I found out about Osborne to Thrift, and he was like selling printers and shit for like hundreds of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like printers that like you go into a thrift shop when you're gonna cop a T-shirt that you've seen there, like $10. You'd be like, why the hell would somebody want this old ass printer? Meanwhile, somebody wants that printer for 300 right now. You know what I'm saying? Like crazy. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you see. But I have printers. Well, my mic is there, but I have printers behind me and shit. Like, yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah, like kind of get into that like real quick, just because that's something you've been telling me, and I actually did find a couple of printer pieces while I've been out. Just explain why those are so valuable in terms of not just the printer itself, how it brings back such a good return.
so printers basically like there's like two ways to sell a printer. Obviously, you can sell it whole, which you can get some money, or you can like piece it out. I usually do half and half depending on which printer it is. If it's a heavy ass printer, I'll just sell it like by piece. So anyway, basically, printers are expensive to begin with, especially the ones that go for a lot of money. So basically, you can go to an office. They're literally called like office jets and stuff like that. Your job might pay $1,500 for that printer. And if somebody breaks the paper tray, I want to buy a whole new printer to get a paper tray. You know what I'm saying? They might spend $30 on a paper tray. Basically, like printers are super expensive, so people like to buy certain pieces from them. Paper tray, the roller that the paper comes from, the head of the printer where you put the ink in. People will sell that for as high as like $90. You know what I'm saying? Like just because that piece broke, people buy new printers. So instead of spending $90, they might spend another grand thinking that printer doesn't work. So that's also how these printers end up in the thrift shop to begin with, because they're like, oh, I don't know what happened to it. The screen broke, but you can replace the screen for $25. So,
Perfect example. I was telling my mom, cause I mean, my mom, my parents live out here in the H now. They moved out here, and I be at the crib, and I was telling them like I'm doing this shit. And perfect example about the printer shit. My mom was saying how she just brought a brand new printer. She threw the printer she had out because she thought it was something wrong with it. I'm like, yo, you know how much money you could have probably got from that shit? Like she
yeah,
said, she just tossed it out in the trash, and I was like, yo, what? Word?
yeah, and the things that like growing up. I mean, I don't obviously I can't speak for all black people in the world. But I feel like a lot of us we don't learn to like try to fix things. You know, like especially with like technology, we might see a printer and get intimidated and be like, "Damn, like the printer don't work." Meanwhile, like even some people like they get a paper jam and they don't know how to fix that. Oh, and they may throw their printer out when they could have just fixed it themselves. So anyway, my point being like we don't know to check and go on YouTube all the time or Google or ask somebody like, hey, like my printer doesn't work. Do you think you know? Most of the time, the printer pops up a little code you could look up, and it'll be like, yeah, this is happening. Power short. You just might need a new charger or something. You
Yo,
know, so
and yo,
crazy.
not to cut you off right quick, but and saying that basically, I think what you're trying to say is more so now we don't either choose or make the effort to find the value in things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I agree with you, bro.
that's definitely what I'm trying to say.
And you would
Cause
think,
I've been like,
let me say it real quick. You would think like now, being that it's modern, 2022, all the resources we have, all the information we able to get to, you would think people would be more, inclined or just more motivated to okay, damn, I just broke my mom toaster. Shit, but is it
yeah,
broken though? Let me go on YouTube or let me Google right quick. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a little thing that I could, what I'm saying, screw it open, figure out what it is that I might have messed up. I could, what I'm saying, make it tick again. But nah, we just go straight to buying another one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I would argue and say shit. That's like an American consumer thing. Like shit, we taught here to just buy. Like nigga, your shit broke, get a new one. Know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it goes deeper than that, bro. You got workers out here who got, what I'm saying, mad experience or who's willing to do a certain job, but hey, this guy he's worn out, he's old, he's a certain age. Let me go for the younger guy. That's
I feel
where
like
America.
I got that appreciation because of like thrifting though. You know what I'm saying? Like thrifting and kind of learning what other people value. You know what I'm saying? Like
Word.
for example, I'll go see something and be like just a I don't know, a hamburger press. You know what I'm saying? This is just a hamburger, bro. Why the hell would I want that? Meanwhile, you look it up, it's constantly selling for $100. I'm saying, so you're like, oh snap, like now you kind of put more value on it. You may still not need it, but you might be like, all right, I respect this item a little bit more. That's just crazy,
That
bro. It's really
talking
crazy
on
when
that, like I was out with my shorty like before we went out. I was just talking to her about this thrifting shit, and I was like, yo, it's kinda changing my perspective on how I see the world and how I see possessions. I'm like, yo, what is a possession, son? Like we put value on shit that don't even have the value that we purchased it for. You know what I mean? Like we might cop a hat that's like a nice Supreme hat for like $70. It look fly, we like it, but then like 5 years go by, and we like, yo, I don't even really like these type of hats no more. But you holding on to it because it's a Supreme piece. You like, yo, this validate me, nigga. I got a Supreme piece. Meanwhile, you could just sell that shit real quick and cop and get like a nice $70. You getting more value than you paid for this shit. So I was just like, yo, what is a possession? Like, what are possessions anyway? Like, you know what I mean? Like, take it deep. It's like when we die, we can't take nothing with us anyway. So why are we holding on to shit that we not wearing? Old clothes, you know what I mean? Like old kicks that I'm like, yeah, I got these kicks, but I ain't even wearing them
exactly
shits. That's not my vibe no more. That's not my. I don't even wear that type of shit no more.
why you gotta like quality shop and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta buy a thing that like all the clothes that I have. I feel like I'm like 50. I know that's gonna sound kind of weird, but I can see myself still wearing a shirt like this
Of
when I'm like
I'm
50.
course,
wearing,
like
of course,
I
I'm
can
wearing,
still like
I'm
so.
wearing Bape till I'm
Word,
90 till,
hell
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
some shit
bruh.
like that.
Listen,
That's a class.
Bape type casket, you know what I'm saying? God forbid and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Word. Nah, some shit like that. That's just part of the culture. You know what
but
I mean?
then,
You put that shit is just,
but
or some
but
shit like
that,
that is always fly. That should always
but
fly.
also not even just that though. That goes into, like, you know what I'm saying, fashion. You know, in general, I think you know, when you got your own sense of style, bro, or you know, when you not afraid to go outside the box, you don't really care what's in style at the moment because that's not what moves you, bro. So you gonna wear what makes you feel good.
Right,
It
right,
could be a
right.
piece from '96, bro. Could be a graphic tee that niggas, you know what I'm saying, that you cop from '96, '97. This shit kind of baggy. Niggas don't remember it, but it's some fly shit. Like, you feel me? It was
Word.
ill at that time, and you remembered it.
Especially if you could make it work you know what I'm saying, present day, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. So yeah, I feel like with the thrifting and stuff, like you were saying, just kind of just get a new perspective on like items, and you just learn a lot of you might find something and not know what it is and learn like a whole new culture because you just looked up what this doll was. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, what the hell is this red doll with this green bow tie and like these pink claws? You look it up, it's like, oh, this was given out in like Venezuela for like grandmother's appreciation festival. You know what I'm saying? You look it up and it's like some whole thing. You know what I'm saying? That now you got, if you do music, you could look that up and be like, oh, like this is a new thing I can speak about. You know, like it's very interesting. I love thrifting, and also like I literally don't have to like work like because I thrift. And it doesn't take that much time. Like people, when I tell people, yo, you should thrift, they think I mean like stop doing your job. You know what I'm saying? Like go thrift for one day, 15 hours, bro. I be going thrifting. Literally, okay. His perfect example. The other day, I walked up the block. It was 15 minutes from my house. I went to Goodwill. I purchased these two like firewall things, like these huge ass like DVR fucking firewall things for $45 each, $90. Went home, 15 minutes again, listed them. Then I sold them for 550 together, $550. $90 turned into $550, or let's just say 1 hour of my time.
1 hour.
Like literally, I could have still went to work. You know, if I like had a real job or something, could have still went to work or some shit like that. And like stress reliever, to be honest, because you're not about like a bunch of random shit. You're like trying to find a good deal, or like even if you're just normally thrifting, trying to find a shirt, you know. I don't know, bro. I feel like thrifting is super change everybody's life, and people just need you to hold their hand, and you can't do that. You make sure that go, and you can't just you have to kind of make your own niche anyway. Like you could be in Texas, New York, wherever you're at, and I find the same caliber of things that I'm finding, or vice versa. You know, like when Two goes to the Goodwill bins, he be finding stuff that I'm like, bro, like I never seen something like that in my bins. I'm literally thinking of going to Texas to go to his bins.
And I was just about to
Saying
say,
like,
bro,
like
definitely, man. Like, nigga, I was just about to tell you for sure. Like, nigga, I was there today. I didn't find nothing, but it's just.
But you've been scoring all the other days,
It's
bro.
like word, like the amount of shit I
Scoring all
found
the other
there that I was just like, yo, how is this just sitting here? Like, fucking
Yeah.
like studio monitors, fucking.
People are like wrestling over like single stitch T-shirts and like vintage tees, and it's like, yeah, I understand. Like you can have that, it's fine. But if you're trying to make bread, I'm gonna go get this like computer piece over here, this tiny ass computer piece that they're gonna sell me for $2, and I'm gonna sell it for $80. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna
Right.
sell like that for $80 too. Like,
Nah, I definitely
bro.
realized going as I've been indulging in the culture of this thrift and shit. I realize it's different when you go there. You see, is people are there for different reasons. Like you got, I know speaking for out here in Houston, I know this is a spot I go to at where I'll be at the bins. You know what I mean? It's a lot of older Hispanic people that be there that I realize. You know what I'm saying they just get they get a bunch they get a bunch of clothes that they're not even focused on. They don't care what it is. They don't fucking care about the brands. They just be copping clothes because they send that shit home and they get bread for it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, they just send it a barrel.
word, they
Send a
send them
barrel
shits
back
in
home.
barrels. Niggas know like them send some shits back in the barrels. So I be seeing them. They did religiously like every day. Yo, they not even really. But then like I'll pull up and I'll see something that's worth. You know what I mean, it's valuable. I'm like, damn, but to them is valuable, but it's not valuable to them because they have no worth. It's not worthy. You know what I mean? It's like it's no worth to them. They're not using it.
And like sell it fast and shit like
Or
that.
like they not fucking selling shit on eBay. They like, nigga, you need these clothes, send this shit back. And you got the hipster
I feel like people
there.
are like intimidated by like appliances and like bigger things, you know, because they're heavy. And like a lot of people are intimidated because they don't know how to ship it. They're afraid to ship it. Saying like, for example, even though it's studio monitors, like somebody might be like, how the hell would I ship this? I have to go get bubble wrap for it. I have to potentially go buy a certain size box for this. I have to like it's a lot of work that goes into it for certain people. And I know that because my homie that literally goes and does storage auctions and shit, he finds like he'll find some shit like that. He'll pay like $10. That's crazy. It's a big
Nigga
ass
two got the woofer in the back.
This shit is heavy.
Word.
This is like 40
yeah, that's
pounds.
it. I'm saying so somebody might literally be like, I don't know how to ship a 40-pound speaker, or like I just literally don't feel like it, even though there's clearly this much profit. You know what I'm saying? Like you purchase this low, you sell this high. They just literally don't. They don't want to carry it home. They go, I'll carry that shit. I'll walk an hour with that shit. If I'm gonna make $100, $150 off that shit, I'm walking home with that shit like this. I'm walking home like this. I'm cha-chaing home with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell yeah.
Nigga,
I'm just built different. I don't know. Niggas be like not wanting to walk 3 blocks and shit. Like, fuck that.
Nigga, I'm
Nigga.
walking
Like,
with that shit.
I ain't gonna hold
I'm saying,
y'all.
like, if you have to walk, you walk. If you take a bus, take a bus. But
I'm
do what you
taking the
gotta do.
lift. Fuck that. That nigga put that shit right in that nigga trunk.
nigga said on a revel or a lift.
Uh-huh. Quick.
I need all the cool shit, bro. I need paintings. You know what I'm saying? I need.
Bro, I literally be getting paintings, bro. I be literally getting paintings. Like, I don't want to keep getting up and shit, but like, I literally be finding paintings in the like somebody painted it. You know what I'm saying? Like their signature and everything, bro. And then you're like, damn, I got this beautiful painting for $2 and shit.
Facts, man.
I'm on it.
Find a lot of new stuff. Find a lot of new stuff, man. Like a lot of, and you like kind of get into new hobbies and like cultures and stuff when you thrift. Yeah, bro. I love thrifting. If y'all listening right now, man, you need to like literally think about thrifting. If you are low on money, you have $10, and a lot of people think you need a lot of money to do it, bro. You can start with $10, bro. You can have $10, go somewhere and be like, all right, I only have 10. Let me try to buy 2 items. As long as you know one of these items you're gonna get is gonna get you your $10 back. That's it. The next
That's
item is free. You just
yep.
patient and just $10 turns to $25, 25 turns into 50, 50 turns into 100, 100 turns. You might get an item that you spent still $15, $20 on that you sold for $100. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. Not always gonna find an item that you sell for double. You can find an item that you sell for way more. Like speaking of, actually, I actually have this item that I'm gonna show you guys. I mean, sorry, you guys can't see it, but
Oh yeah,
figure out how to.
we gonna post it on the Crack in the 80s Instagram. We
Oh
get a
yeah,
picture of it. We gonna
for
post it,
sure.
but this is live. We haven't even seen this item.
Yeah, so I have this item. This is like when I first started thrifting. Not when I first, maybe like 6 months. I've been thrifting for like I want to say a year and a half now. I was watching a video, and this dude was like at a estate or a state sale or something like that. He was in somebody's crib just shopping. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Basically looked at everything that was just old looking. You know what I'm saying? Like just like literally if the box looked old, he was interested in it. So I was on some time like that because when I go to a thrift shop, I have certain strategies. So I'm like, all right, I want to just buy small things today. I want to buy like small electronics. Today I kind of want to try to find some shoes. I just want to find board games. I have like a lot of stuff like that. So anyway, I found this item. It was like $2 or less. It was in the board game section too. So this game, I couldn't even read it at first. It's called Zork, right? Zork. Oh shit! Oh, apparently one has come out. It's like talk about me now. Anyway, so it's called Zork 1, right? It's literally a floppy disk game. Like it's from when bro. Honestly, when I touched it, I was like, this is like gold. What year is this from? 1984. Can you imagine like people were actually playing games
On
on
a
computers in
floppy disk.
1984?
That's crazy.
Like on a like, like you know what I'm saying? Like first of all, that's
I was gonna
impressive.
say
To
just
think about.
looking at it because we can see it in real
Think about
It's
it.
an
You know,
actual like floppy
1984.
disk.
Yeah, so this is just like box or like a couple things. Hold on. Let me see what if I have the floppy disk somewhere. So basically, I found this. I was just kind of like, whoa, like this looks really cool. It's $2. But again, like I said, I felt the money when I touched it. So I start to look it up. I look it up on eBay. I'm like, all right, it's not really worth anything. Like it's like $100. But then I was like, something is weird about this. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't feel correct. So this is the floppy disk. I'm saying like it's just it doesn't even have a label. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just literally a game on like a random floppy disk. A bunch of stuff. But that was cool too that it had pretty much everything.
Word,
It
because
has
I'm about to
everything.
say coming up on something
So
that has all of the pieces, whether it's the box, it's
yeah,
the instruction
like literally
manual.
the plastic with it from 1984.
Word,
Like
like that's
I think it's
valuable.
no later than 1986 or something. So I didn't even what is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is a big floppy disk sleeve. I didn't even know it had this. See how much stuff it like has. So anyway, um, I was like, let me look this up in a different way. So I was like, let me look it up in pieces. I looked it up in pieces as opposed to just complete. Floppy disk by itself goes for $50, right? And you again, I said I paid $2 for it. So already $48. Actually, I'm just holding this because I feel like I just want to hold it. It's like impressive fine for me. So that's $50, right? And I was like, shit is old. This is a map. I'm saying like this is like a whole map. I don't know if I'm holding it upside down or not, but y'all see it?
Yeah.
Bro, this map goes for $300.
The fuck?
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the map is 300. Mind you, I said I think 50 or 40. Let's say 40 on the floppy disk. So now we're at $340. Map is $300.
fuck is that map taking you to? The North Pole?
I don't fucking know. I can't even read this shit, bro. Can y'all even see? Can y'all see?
Yeah, that
Like,
shit taking you to the motherfucking bank. I'm laughing straight to the bank with it. Ha 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 ha.
yo, I have the coin. The coin is somewhere. I think I put the coin somewhere else. But basically, the coin, I think it's worth. I haven't looked it up in a while, but I think the coin is worth about $100 to $500.
Crazy.
Just a coin. It's just like it's like a coin that comes with it. So yeah, bro. If you guys are thrifting, make sure you look up things separately. If you have a bundle of things, because for example, video games too, times where just the booklet that comes in the video game sells for like $300. The game's $2. You know what I'm saying? But the booklet $300 because it has like some sort of art in the back or
Artwork, yeah,
something
you
like.
paying for the yeah, especially like a lot of old Capcom games. I know Alpha Books probably sell for some shit too. That's
Words.
crazy. I didn't even think
Were
about that.
You just put me on. Like I didn't even know that right there.
It got me hyped, bro.
Mhm.
For real.
I like money.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I want everybody to know that. Like, you gotta think if you want to make money easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, never gonna knock having a job. Having a job, if you want to have a job, it's fine. I mean, even like now, like I might pick up a little work here and there. You know what I'm saying to make some extra dough. But like, I do that so I can fund things like thrifting, buying things from Japan, focusing on music or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's because I have a lot of. I like to do physical things to earn money. So like I'll go do some physical labor to like make money, help out, help a friend or something to make some cash or something like that. Or like go thrifting physically. Like I'm going somewhere, I'm finding something. It doesn't take a lot of thinking to do that. Because nowadays it's different. You can literally look at an item and be like, oh, this thing on the back says model number 2534D12. You know what I'm saying? Type that on eBay, look it up, press filter, hit the sold button, and it'll tell you how many of those sold in the last like however long you want to look back.
Bro, I just sold a motherfucking. I was thrifting probably like 2 weeks ago. I picked up a little 13. It was probably like a small, like envelope size, like 13 folder Rolodex kind of thing. And I mean, where you could separate by context. I mean, contacts. I paid probably like a couple of cents for it, like I mean, 20 something cent. I sold that shit on eBay for $7.99 plus $6 shipping.
That's what I'm saying.
And I'm like, I just picked that shit up on like, yo, I think somebody would want. It was brand new.
Exactly.
It was brand new. It had the sticker on it. I was like, shit, somebody that's in the office somewhere want this. They need it for something. I have no idea what it's used for, but hey, somebody want this shit.
We'll still use. See, the thing is that even if we think that we're not necessarily as updated on technology, or like feeling like, for example, me, like it took me a while to be like, all right, I'm gonna at least. I don't like TikTok, but I'm gonna check out TikTok, or I'm gonna check out this technology trend, or I'm gonna like play games on the computer, things like that. Like there's people who are still just like gonna write things in a book. I'm gonna write instead of using a phone, I'm gonna write things in a book.
Stagnant.
I need to keep my contacts. Yeah, like they're like, and that works for them. And
Yeah.
I don't even knock them because it's like, all right, instead of like my phone dies right now, like I'm not gonna remember 300 people's phone numbers, but the person next to me that's a Rolodex is gonna be like, I'm gonna call Bob, Jim,
Right.
Dilly
Right.
Dally. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna call all of them right now on his house phone. You know what I'm saying? Like on his house phone and his Rolodex, he's gonna still call them right now.
Shout out to Dilly Dally.
Shout out to Dilly Dally. That's a way to name. He's like, yo, what's good, Dilly Dally? Ain't shit,
Ain't
man.
shit, nigga. Dillian, my nigga. You know I'll be Dillian.
I'm gonna go dally later. You dig?
Yeah, I was just dallying with this other broad.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, see, you got it. See, I'm about to name my son Dilly Dally. But anyway, yeah, you get the point. You get the point. It's just like people just need extra cash. You don't need to do it for your whole life. And the thing is that a little bit of extra cash can lead you to the lifestyle that you want.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The extra $50 that you made this week can supply you with that, like like if you have any hobbies or like things that you like to do, or like I mean we talk about weed. You know what I'm saying? That extra $50 is you could go towards your weed. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be stressed out. You went to the store and bought one or two items, less than $10 total. You sold it within potentially 3-4 days, and now you can buy weed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's simple as that. It don't need to be changing your life. You don't need to pay your bills with it. You could just be like, all right, I really am tired of not having weed. I don't have money. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. And it's cool things like that. It could chill on your desktop and all of that. Like the Buster. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. Like
My
cool
son
stuff.
Raymond
Really
Stereo. I
cool
got
stuff.
this nigga. I be having him poached up on the speakers and shit just sitting. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, cool stuff like that. You know, people think, man, I
Hulk Buster, my
could
nigga.
go on so long about thrifting.
But
The whole
we could go on. We could go on forever about thrift.
yeah, that's
But I think we
we're gonna have a vlog. We're gonna have to crack in the 80s vlog when I come to Texas. And
yeah,
we're gonna
nah,
go
we
through.
gonna we gonna do a whole we gonna have content, man. Like we gonna definitely do a whole situation. But I mean, this is a good point to probably transition into. You mentioned Bud and shit earlier. This is probably a good
Yes, sir.
point to transition into your expertise in this field. Because like I was saying, we had the 420 pod last month or April 20th celebrating. We did a bonus episode. And I mentioned like my nigga Lord, damn, he should have been on there. He got knowledge. Just give the people some of the I mean, just I'm gonna give you the floor just to kind of put the people on your expertise in this field.
No, it's not even like well, first off, thank you for saying I have an expertise in it. But it's not even really an expertise versus knowing a little bit more than the average person, you know, that does smoke weed. And you know, a lot of people are like smoke a hell of a lot of weed, you know, I know more things about weed than you because I smoke a hell of a lot of weed. Just because you smoke a lot of weed doesn't mean that you know a lot about weed. You know what I'm saying? You might know like that there's different strains. You might know 300 different strains. Like you might not even know what THC stands for. You know what I'm saying? You might not even know that there's different types of THC. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like different like THC A, THC 8, THC 9. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not even know that. But all of that it just comes from just Googling certain stuff. One day I just kind of was like, how it all started. This is all how it all started. One day I just kind of was like, all right, what is it about cannabis that makes you feel a certain way? You know what I'm saying? Like I started looking up like you smoke certain weed, they'll be like, okay, sour diesel will make you feel this way, you know, purple haze make you feel this way. Why? Just literally looked up why. You know, like why? It's nothing. It wasn't any. I didn't pick up a book. I just went on Google. I said, why does it make me feel this
Not
way?
to cut
And
not
when
to
you go
cut
look
you
up,
off, bro, but that right there, that aspect of how your brain operates, and I kind of think like how all of us ours work, is just that aspect of you see something and you want to know how it operates. You want to reverse engineer that shit. I mean, like, see, like, all right, they say this is what it is. I see this might be what it looks like. Why is it that? And then you take the extra effort to look and research that shit.
I mean, like, why would you not want to know how like something is made? Like, I literally like want to know everything about pretty much everything. Not on no like every moment of my life, I'm just like searching. Oh, how is this made? How is this made? But it's interesting to know how things are made, so you can kind of understand like the process and like do you want to work on something? You know, like it's like when you get a job and all that stuff. You know, you might have a manager or something that tells you to do something, and you might know a more efficient way to do it. Like, just don't. You don't really want to do it because you're like, well, my way is more efficient. But then they break down to you like, nah, okay, like do it that way, and this might happen, and you don't even know that that might happen because you didn't even think of that scenario. And they're like, this is why we do it this way. This is our
They're telling
process,
you
and
from
now you completely understand.
experience.
They're like we do it like this. This may not be the best way in everybody's eyes, but this works, and now you understand why. Now you can function. You can still take that method and make it better or whatever, but like you know, you get the point. So anyway, I just like to know how things work, bro,
So yeah,
and
let's
how things are made.
so back to like with the cannabis.
Yeah. So back to like the bud and stuff. So I just basically wanted to know, like, even I never even really had knew what THC stood for. Like even now I can't tell you what it stands for. I have to like literally look it up right now. So like because like it says THC is one of over 480 compounds produced by marijuana plants. You know what I'm saying? Did people that are listening, did you guys even know that there's 480 compounds produced by marijuana plants? No. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not.
Like there's exactly 480. Like THC is one of over 480 compounds produced by marijuana plants. You know what I'm saying, so THC, if you guys don't know, is tetrahydrocannabinol. You know what I'm saying? TETRAHYDROCANNABINOL. So THC is the principal psychoactive it's a sorry y'all, it's a hard word, y'all. Constituent, I don't know, of cannabis and one of at least 113 total cannabinoids identified on the plant. Although the chemical formula for THC describes multiple isomers, the term THC usually refers to the delta 9 THC isomer. So basically what that says is THC is one of 113 cannabinoids that's in weed. So cannabinoids are basically like different compounds that are in weed. So CBD, when you say CBD, that's a different cannabinoid that's in weed, and THC is a different cannabinoid that's in weed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so when you say that, people will say THC, but we're talking about delta 9 like THC, and delta 9 THC is what gets you high. There's like delta 8. It gets you, it doesn't get you like high like how delta 9 does, like how you're like kind of like necessarily, hold on, not necessarily like woozy and shit, you know, like hazy headed and shit like that. That's what we're used to. That's what a
What
lot
they
of
call mind altering by definition in terms of like legal blah 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 legal jazz that they say it's
that.
mind altering, and that's why they're able to sell Delta 8 and CBD in stores and shit in states that is not legal, because they look at the Delta 9 as it's a mind altering substance, quote unquote.
Yeah. That's exactly.
But let's get into like, you know what I mean, because as much as I know about bud, I kind of, you from what you kind of tell me and just what I see, you know what I mean, you be into as much as just like extracting the THC from
Yeah.
different you know what I mean, different yeah, I mean, let's get into that, like just what kind of your experience with doing shit like that, magic butter.
So basically like extracting stuff. So all right, I always say this, but I love weed, y'all. Like I really just love weed, and really realistically, when you are smoking, you're not getting the full like getting your full THC. I want to actually look up the actual numbers. So like think about it this way. So when you use the magic butter machine, I'm gonna go over it like in detail in a second, but basically what Sue's talking about is the magic butter machine helps you extract the THC from your material. So now let's say you're using Everclear. Everclear, if you guys don't know, it's alcohol, and you can make like tinctures with it. And what a tincture is when you pull like kind of like the medicinal and like the I don't want to say like basically the benefits out of the plant. So like I said, you're pulling all the THC out of the plant when you're using the magic butter, and now you can consume it. Like so, if you make a tincture, it's kind of like
So kind of
dang.
explain to the people just what a tincture is, just in general.
I have to like okay. I want to get the actual that I literally just typed it in. I want to get the actual definition of a tincture because like when I tell people it's okay. It says tincture, a solution of a medicinal substance in an alcoholic solvent. Okay,
So as
another
much as
one
I know,
in
so
English.
for me,
English.
yeah, word, like word.
Yeah, another one in English is tinctures are concentrated herbal. Okay, this is very good. Tinctures are concentrated herbal extracts made by soaking the bark, berries, leaves, dried or fresh, or roots from one or more plants in alcohol or vinegar. Alcohol or vinegar pulls out. Well, I have to click it, but so far I like that.
So for as much as I've
Good.
just the
That's a
word
good.
tincture for me, as much as I even know about that, I've heard about that just when you're when you're dealing with like oils and shit. You know what I mean? Like when you get to I I want to say like if you go for massages, that's kind of like a thing that's offered to you. So it's always so basically what
Mm,
I'm saying is it's used in a medicinal it's used for for medicinal purposes type shit. Like it's always aligned with
yeah.
something that is beneficial to the human body. You know what I mean? It's good for your health. You know what I'm saying? So as much as for tincture, that's as much as I know the word. So I know.
Yeah, I wish I.
So I know. I mean, I know
Uh,
you was talking about before off the mic. We was just getting into like how terpenes. You know what I mean? Like, cause I know you be
the tincture. This is.
yeah. See, I,
I have a. Oh, I keep forgetting this. This is a pod
where this audio,
audio. But
but
guys, I'm showing them. Showing them one that I made right now. A tincture. Bro, sorry, I cut you off.
nah, it's all good, my bro. But the terpenes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something that I know for sure. You was telling me just about uh basically what's the benefits of that and how they're used. And you basically said it's kind of like to explain it, it's kind of like the essential oils of bud.
Mhm. Yeah, so I feel like that's kind of like the best way to kind of explain it because it's definitely more technical than that. But in basic terms, it's like when you extract kind of like the flavoring and like the smell. It's like the aroma, like the essence of like a plant. The terpenes. It's like okay, when you're walking in somewhere and you're like just like daisies in here, it's because it's giving off like the smell of it. Like that's kind of like because of the terpenes that it's releasing.
Word.
So terpenes are organic compounds that provide the aroma and flavor in cannabis and a variety of other organisms, mostly plants. Terpenes are the primary components of See, look, terpenes are the primary components of essential oils. They
Word.
are also responsible for. This is actually on Weed Maps. Actually, I didn't even know this was on Weed Maps. They are also responsible for the aroma and flavors of cannabis and influence its effects by interacting with cannabinoids. Yeah, and then what it says after that is just a lot of other stuff.
So I mean,
Yeah, basically it says
so you was I know you was showing us early, like you had like the actual extract. It's like a liquid. It's like in liquid form.
yeah. So basically, like I said, it's like oil. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you extract the oil or whatever out of it. So it's gonna be like kind of. It's not like a oily substance. It's definitely more like a liquid than it is like a oil. But okay, for every gram of weed, you literally put like pinch, like literally like when if your faucet is running, it's doing like a drop at a time. Like that is literally how much you would put for each like
Fucking
gram of weed. That's how strong and
base
concentrated it
for
is.
that motherfucking turkey base.
And now you need like a oh, I think I have a thing right here. You guys can't see it unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure. Of course, it like fell or something, but it's literally like a little droplet. It's literally like a little droplet.
Kind of explain
It's
if
like
you can.
it's like smaller than this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I found it. I found it. It's literally this, like this little tiny. You see how like
Yeah, it's yeah, that shit is very minimal.
that shit is strong. That shit is mad strong.
So
But we're
kind of
gonna ask her.
explain to like what is it kind of used for in terms of for the average person, the average listener or consumer that they just smoke bud or I mean they into weed, but kind of explain what the benefits or what is it kind of used for. I know you were saying sometimes it restores the flavor or like the it restores the bud. So kind of get into that a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, people usually use it for flavoring and like kind of like rejuvenating bud because it kind of just like helps like it's the same effect as if you were to put like an orange peel or like a lemon peel into like a bag or something with your weed. It would like flavor it or any type of like kind of like thing that's kind of oily like that. Does that make sense?
Word. Nah, word.
Like just like yeah,
It does.
yeah,
It does.
like so basically it's kind of like that same effect where it's like you leave it in the bag, it's gonna kind of become part of that. It's like if you put water in the bag with weed, you can I don't know if people know that, but like I literally always do that. If you have some weed that's really dry, put it in a Ziploc bag and literally put like little tiny droplets inside like the Ziploc bag on the sides. Don't put it on the weed directly. Put it on the side of the Ziploc bag, so you're just humidifying the bag. And I promise you, within like hour, your weed will like pretty much be like rejuvenated as if you got like new weed or something. Anyway, so with
Science.
terpenes,
I gotta get a drop.
yeah, no, bro,
Science.
like, I'm telling you,
Bro,
Science.
what?
Science. Hold on.
I
I gotta
tell
get
you,
a
bro.
drop.
Yeah,
Science. Science from the
Mhm.
Lord. Science.
Science. Praise the Lord.
Yo, we getting the gospel straight from the Lord himself on this holy
bet.
Sunday.
I literally like, cause sometimes you might get a really good deal on some weed, get a lot of weed for a really little bit of price, and might just be super dry. But people don't really know. You throw, if you really want to get crazy, throw like a slice, of a lemon peel or something like that in there, and put a little bit of water in the Ziploc bag. You could rejuvenate like a whole pound like that. I've rejuvenated literally a whole pound like that, like with just the water, not even just like not even no lemon peel or nothing, just a little bit of water in like a big like Tupperware. Shake it up every so now and then. I mean, I don't necessarily. If you can, I would like zip it out. I don't think it's the best option to put it in a big container unless you have that time or whatever. It's more effective if you put it into like smaller things. But anyway, yeah, I rejuvenated literally a whole pound that was like pretty much shaky. Like a day later, pretty much brand new.
So
I'm sure it wasn't the same thing like as before.
so I know you out in Vegas shit now. I'm out here in the H, like homies is in NY, PA and shit. Kind of because so out here in the H, bud ain't legal at all. They got CBD shops out here. It's wild because I mean I be seeing spots that actually sell. They say so I never walked into any of these spots, but they be saying they sell flour and it seemed like the niggas is selling weed in there, but it's not legal. So in Vegas, I know that shit is completely legal. Kind of explain to the people just how that experience is for you. You know what I mean? Just in Vegas, copping bud, how it just I mean how it feels out there just getting it.
Really quickly, back on the terpenes. So super long thing short. It's kind of like the flavoring, and you can rejuvenate your weed, but it also has medicinal purposes. If you really want to look into terpenes, I suggest it. Like a lot of terpenes, help with like anti-inflammatory. They help with like if you have a headache, you can put certain type of terpenes in your weed, and like it'll help with your migraines and stuff like that. I really suggest looking into it. But like I said, basics of it is like you can flavor and give your weed a good smell. But as far as weed in Vegas or whatever, like it's completely legal, but I don't necessarily know if the weed in the dispensaries are trash. I haven't actually like bought any weed from out here like that. Yeah, like it's like people have weed out here, but it's like mainly like purple haze. Like it literally will say like purple haze. It's not like or like a brand. Not that I really care for like brands, but I'm saying I'm not paying $50-$60 for something that just says purple haze. You know, like at least like can I look up the branding of it so I know like this brand is a good brand of weed? Literally like it's literally like when your mans pull up on you with weed. what you're doing when you go to the dispensary out here. So basically, what I was saying was like, here they have weed or whatever, but you go, it's kind of like copping weed off of like a stranger, except you're going to a dispensary and you're buying weed, and somebody's just like, "This is purple haze." It's not like it's not really like okay, I'm gonna go look this up. This is cookies. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I know that cookies is this type of brand, or like, oh, I want to go with a brand that doesn't necessarily get me too high. You don't really know. Just buying this weed, so I don't really buy weed out here in Vegas. My first year, I pretty much just went to California and bought.
Allegedly.
Actually, I didn't mean to say that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, where
Yeah,
allegedly
Oh,
but I do have my medicinal card. I actually do have my medicinal card. But yeah, allegedly.
Don't worry, we're gonna clean that up. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was like, damn, all right.
We're gonna take all that out. Don't worry.
So anyway, that's kind of like I don't really buy weed out here. There's like other means to get weed out here. Other than that, obviously I don't speak on that. And that's usually what I do, but I really want to start growing my own weed. I do have like a bunch of seeds and stuff like that from weed that I had previously, but it's really hard to grow weed. Like I have I have a house basically in San Bernardino County or something like that, I believe. I always get confused because I know there's like a town in like near LA like that's called that, but then there's also like a big area in California called that. So anyway, over there I can like legally grow weed. So I can legally grow 99 plants over there. So I'm gonna try to grow some weed over there. Can't do that in Vegas.
That's crazy. Like, see, like shit like that. It's just. I mean, being New York niggas, you. That's not even something that you think is a possibility. You know what I mean? Like having land to be able to. You just said you're able to grow 99 plants. I'm like, nigga, that just. I don't even know what that even means. I understand what you're saying, but I'm like, yo, that's just something that is not even on my radar. I wouldn't even understand that process of how to even get into that.
You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. I only know that because when I went to. So for everybody that's listening, I have been going back and forth to California since like I don't know if I said that during the pre-pod or if I said that during the pod, but basically I've been going back and forth California since 2015 from New York. So I pretty much established a life over there. So I have California stuff, like my ID and all that stuff. I am actually a permanent resident of California. I just kind of come back and
This
forth
nigga's
to
a
Vegas
Cali
sometimes.
nigga.
I'm actually a permanent resident of California. So it's just easier. Like my house where I live in California, it's just like really on some Ozark shit. It's like really on some like in the middle of nowhere. Like my neighbors like would be like equivalent to like 2 blocks away. You know what I'm saying? Like you see people riding speedboats and stuff like that. I live literally on a river, so like you see people doing speedboats and all that stuff. So that being said, I'm just saying like it's not like thrift shops, the airport. The nearest airport from like kind of like where my house is in California is Las Vegas. It's Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? It's not like this area airport. You know, like I don't want to put the name of the area I live in California.
Word.
But,
Oh,
like,
you
it's
ain't
not
gotta
like
say
this.
no
It's
names.
not like it's not like this area airport. It's no. You have to drive 3 hours away to like Phoenix. You have to drive like 5 hours away to like LA. You know, so I'm just kind of like, why would I stay over there all the time and I'm not able to pay my bills like off of just like passive income? You know what I'm saying? Like over there, like I mean, I was able to pay my bills just off of like online stuff, but I was able to pay my bills. I wasn't like flourishing like how I am when I like I'm in Vegas or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can just like Two was doing, get up and go to the thrift. I'm used to doing that. Over there, it's like the nearest thrift is like 2 or 3 Goodwills that's like an hour away. You know what I'm saying? And that's like maybe they might have something. After I spent like $20 on gas.
Word, there's a risk just even getting there.
Yeah, like I'm driving a bigger vehicle. I'm not driving something that's like as efficient. You know what I'm saying? So it's like my shorty is not driving something gas efficient. It's not my car. So it's like, all right, I have to pay $25 for a round trip to go to 3 Goodwills that potentially have something. Then I have to, like, if I'm going, I try to make myself buy something. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want to waste this trip. You know, like I don't want to drive an hour, waste money on gas, and then be like, oh, they don't got nothing. I'm gonna go home. So
That's
obviously,
something I definitely did want to kind of mention too, like just to kind of emphasize on how this game or this, I mean, this lane or this culture is could be beneficial. For me, I kind of I'm in a great position because the spot that I go to is literally minutes away from where I stay, and it's a outlet. So it's better than just a regular Goodwill or type shit. I mean, it's a yeah, the shit that you get there is cheaper because they sell it by the pound. They don't have price tags on the shit. So for me, I'm in a really like blessed position, I would say, as opposed to, you know what I mean, somebody that's listening that might be, I don't know, wherever you might be listening from, to where you hear Goodwill, you like, oh, this is Goodwill me, let me cop some pieces, but you're not really knowing the intricate details of the differences between like a regular Goodwill and a Goodwill outlet center. You know what I mean? Like joints that got bins, joints that just got clothes on the racks with price tags. Like that's when it gets in when you do research on just shit like that. Or I mean, like, so I wanted to just kind of clear that up because I don't want to be put out
so
no misinformation and shit.
uh, now you're right. So like, so what Tu was saying is like, have what's called the Goodwill Clearance Center, and the clearance center is just huge bins. It's like a big building. You walk in, huge blue bins. I don't know if it's any other color anywhere else. I highly doubt it, but it's huge blue bins. Have tons of things. They're usually categorized, so it'll be a big bin of shoes. It'll be a big bin of like stuffed animals mixed with like other stuff of the nature. Then it'll be like of appliances, a bin of. So it's basically like categorized huge bins. Like
Shit, the joints over
like when you watch, yeah.
the joints over here
Wait,
by
what?
me, they not even categorized, nigga. It's just, well, like they got some of them are categorized, but like, you know what I mean, it ain't even like it's
Yeah,
labeled.
yeah,
It's just you kind of see what
yeah.
it is. It's like, all right, this is clothes, this is books.
Yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's no. I didn't mean to make it seem like it was like all super categorized all the time and shit. But like they try their best. Shout out to Goodwill. They try their best for it to be categorized. But so you could just like grab a couple things. Some things are individually priced, but it'll be. I don't want to say that this is gonna be the price for everywhere, but basically like the one that I go to, let's say it's like $2.50 or some $2.40 a pound for clothes. I'm saying like if I mean maybe a pair of jeans will like weigh a pound, but like a t-shirt, two t-shirts maybe that weighs like a pound. You know what I'm saying? Like two medium t-shirts might weigh like 1 pound. So now you just got two t-shirts for $2.40. Those two t-shirts could be polo t-shirts. You never know.
Word, and
So now you just made $50.
that's something too I like to emphasize when I tell people when I'm there. They like, yo, you got that brand? Because niggas be putting value to brands that they know. You know what I mean? They think Adidas, they think Nike, they think a certain value off the rip. Like, oh, that got to be worth that. And yeah, you're right, but they think that's how much you paid for it at the spot. And I'm like, nah, it's by the pound. Like, they don't care when you take it to the register and they don't even look at what you got. They like, all right, put it in the bin. All right, is this how much it weigh? And then they calculate it. Boom. You need, all right, this is $7.45. How you want to pay? Cash or
Yep.
card?
Or they don't care. They don't. They really don't care unless it's something you're not able to buy. Like if it's like some health or medical stuff that they're just like you can't buy that, then they don't really care. Unless they're like kind of shady. Honestly, Two said that he couldn't buy. What was
I got finessed. I don't even want to get into that. Those motherfuckers. That
it?
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Let me get off it a little quick. Like, so this is real deep game when you go into the spot. So I came up on a Nintendo Wii, right? You know what I mean, found a Nintendo Wii, clean. Picked it up. I was like, yo, this is a Nintendo Wii. All right, so I'm walking around the store with it. This is just so happened the time I took my pops because I was telling my pops I've been going. He wanted to see if he could cop something he'd been looking for. So I mean, I'm there with him. Like I said, I stay really close to the spot, so I just wanted him to get what he wanted. I just so happened to find the Wii, and I'm like, all right, we good. We about to dip. We get on the line. We paying. He pay for his shit. Cool. I get up to the register and I'm about to pay. No, before I even get there, this white man comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, I followed you around the whole store. I've been trying to find you to give you this." He comes up to me with the plug, the adapter to plug into the for the Wii. Now I mean the plug to make sure it work. I'm like, oh, this is God right here. Yes, it's lit. I already know it's a Nintendo Wii, bro. I could get bread for this already. So I'm like, yes. I get to the register. Shorty tells me before I even put the shit on the thing to weigh, she looks at it. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't sell that to you."
It was over for you, bro.
I'm like, yo, huh? And so in my brain, I'm trying to compute what I'm hearing and understanding what she's telling me. She's like, yeah, I can't sell that to you. So I'm like, well, why not? Like, what's going on? Am I being like, she's like, yeah, so laptops, computers, and game systems, they store people's information on there, their personal data, so we're not allowed to sell them. That's what she tells the rip. So in my brain at the moment, mind you, I'm online. There's people in line. I'm there with my pops. I'm trying to dip so I could come back on my own and do my thing. So I'm like, yo, what? Like, she said that, and I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking to myself. So I tell her, I'm like, yo, this is a Wii. This is old. They don't even do that. Like, they don't do that on these. This is not a new game. She's like, yeah, no, I know. I'm sorry, but I can't sell it to you. So I'm like, wait, what? In my brain, I'm like, yo, this makes no sense. But I guess so. So I give her the Wii. So I'm there, like I'm thinking there. She takes the Wii and then she takes the fucking plug too, bro. I'm like, hold up, man, hold up now. All right, I feel kind of weird. Like I feel like I'm being finessed now. Like
Okay.
I'm like, yo, like I said, I mind you, I'm with my pop, so I'm like, I didn't take it, I didn't escalate it, I just dipped. But now I put this nigga Lord put me on game, and now I've been going. This was early on. I got the I peep game. Shorty probably put the shit to the side for herself after work finished and went, I mean, blah blah blah, paid for it or whatever. Cause I could have definitely got that Wii with the plug for like $6, bro. Probably cheaper than that.
You gotta here's what you gotta do, man. Here's what you gotta do.
Game. This is game right here. He put me on. This is game right here.
If you got an item that you feel like you might not be able to buy, you have to just wrap it in something and put it in a bag. Like get your bag weighed with that item in it, wrapped in clothes. You gotta like get clothes and put it in a bag.
So what he means by that is this is really deep game. So when you buy things there, they don't give you shopping bags or like plastic bags to take your items with. You know what I mean? You gotta come in with something. You gotta come in equipped with something to put items in, or potentially when you buy some shit to walk out with. So I like to come in with a nice little tote bag. I know my nigga Lord told me he walks in with totes and shit sometimes. So I got a nice little purple, I think it's an IKEA tote bag, honestly. So I walk in with it. Now I know I walk in with that shit. I put clothes in there, but I might have my little Rey Mysterio action figure in that shit mixed in there. Because the difference is they weigh shit based off of electronic weight and then clothes. You know what I mean? So if they see you put clothes in their basket, they're gonna give you the clothes price. But if they put electronics, they're gonna give you the electronic price. But if you want to put both together, they'll pick it out and be like, all right, this is an electronic. Let me put this to the side so I can give them this clothes. But like my nigga Lord said, if you got your own bag, they not taking the time to go through that shit. There be people in there. They trying to get money and get out. Like, know what I mean? So you just put your tote in the thing with whatever is in there, and then they gonna give you a weight. They see mad clothes, they're like, all right, this is just clothes, fuck it. I'm gonna take that out. It don't matter. Clothes, all right, this is the weight. It don't matter if it's like 10 pounds in the bag, cause you got a PS3 in that motherfucker. You got a motherfucking, I mean, a speaker in that bitch. You got a whatever. Word, like, and
because I went to go buy something. Sorry to cut you off, but I went to go buy. I picked up this like. It's like I don't know if you guys have ever seen it before, but some people have to sleep with like an oxygen mask. So it's like this like little machine that they have, and I seen it, and I was hyped. I was like, I'm gonna get like 200 for this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was hip that like I couldn't put like a medicine pack in there. Like I knew you couldn't sell it with the medicine pack. Like I knew that. So I was just gonna throw it out or whatever the fuck, you know. Obviously, I was gonna use it. So anyway, I'm walking up. It has like the bag with it and everything, the little travel case and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go make 150. 15 minutes of my time, probably charge me $5 for it. Well, I get up there, the lady is like instantly kind of like what Two said. She was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Oh fuck." She's like, that can't be no medical stuff. I can't sell it to you." She looked at it. She took it from me. I was so sad.
Just immediately combative. She was just off the rip, just immediately combative. Like, oh nah, like I can't let you go with
That
that.
was the profit. That was like the profit for the day. That was like, okay, I could like chill now. Like whatever I get now is just extra. Had to go right back in them bins and search for more profit. It's crazy. Yeah, man. What were we originally talking about? That
I mean,
I lost. We
honestly,
started talking about
it don't even matter, man. We're
Oh.
just giving the people game at this point. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So yeah,
Shout out to y'all that made it this far in the pod. I mean, we out here giving the people game. This is kind of what we want to do with this cracking the 80s thing now. Especially shout out my nigga Lord for shout out to
cracking the 80s.
Word, shout out to you, bro. I mean, we definitely appreciate you coming on here for sure. Giving the people
I definitely come on here more.
Yeah, cause
Lit.
I'm about to say this is gonna be probably something we gonna end up, know what I mean, doing. Yeah, y'all gonna hear from Lord a little bit more, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Definitely. We still got more to talk about, man. I'm rolling another spliff right now. Saying get my mind right. I don't know if y'all still willing to go along, but we can definitely go
for sure.
Some more stuff.
We definitely could. We just gonna close out this one. We could probably get so I could just end the recording and shit or whatever. But man, but nah, definitely shit, man. We like we said, we definitely this is another we got Patreon exclusive content we probably gonna put out with the homie Lord for sure. But yo, Mars, take us out of
hold on.
What?
Hold on. Before we exit the building, man. Yo, Lord, hey, listen, bro. You I'm pretty sure too. You know what I'm saying? What I want to say. He showed you the hospitality of the team, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Welcomed you in. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know. You know what I mean? We didn't personally get to hang yet, but I think I speak for me and the brothers when I say this. You officially a brother now, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the family. I fuck with your energy, hard body, bro.
Word
You
up,
know what I'm
word
saying?
up, word up.
Yeah, nah.
Appreciate that, bro.
And I look forward to you know what I'm saying? Getting some content, hanging around, you know what I'm saying? Getting into some shit.
I'm definitely down to go wherever, man. I have a very, very blessed and
This nigga's a traveling
opportunity
man.
full life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a very blessed life, so as long as we gonna do some shit, I could get to wherever people is at. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm sound too. I'm like, all right, when we come down there, like if I could even sleep on the floor or whatever, man, I'm definitely coming. That's cool. I don't care. And if it's in New York, I got a spot in New York. If it's in Cali, I got a spot in Cali. But whatever else, I'm with it.
Listen, we gonna continue this shit. Once this pod.
Yeah, nah, definitely, bro, for sure. Like I said, we gonna definitely. It seems like this is gonna be the beginning of something cool, man, for sure. Cracking the 80s, Lord, just the brotherhood, just I mean, just doing a bunch of dope shit.
Got my little setup.
Or this, I fuck with this. Now, I mean, this is the first time we actually y'all listening can't see, but we all got video right now, so I'm kind of trying to look into
We can
my
all
aesthetic.
see each other and shit.
Or I
Shit is
got my
kinda
aesthetic,
chill.
trying to get my aesthetic going and shit. Like I got the mic now, you know what I mean? Shout out to Craig, you know what I mean? Craig is here too, y'all. Like Craig is
Holding it down.
Craig pulled up too Craig couldn't, so you know what I mean, we've been talking about Lord coming on for a while. Craig was hype on the low. He ain't want to tell niggas, but he actually real hype right now. He ain't say nothing, but he real hype right now that Lord giving it. So shout out to Craig too. You know what I mean?
The one that actually invited me. I don't know. Yeah, I never told y'all that, but Craig is the one that invited me, bro.
Word? See, look, it get deeper. It get deeper. Niggas don't even know Craig.
I told y'all niggas he was a sneaky nigga, God. Told y'all niggas.
Niggas don't even know. Look, Craig is connected.
He
Wow.
made a power move. That was the executive decision, Craig. Shout out to you, my nigga.
Wow. Shout out to Craig. Shout out to Craig. But
Shout out to
yo,
Craig.
Mars, go ahead and take us out of here, bro. Take us out of here.
All right, niggas. Session's over. That niggas been blessed by the great words of the Lord. You know what I'm saying, on a Sunday and all that. Like, get the fuck up out of here. We out. You know what I'm saying? Take the headphones out your fucking ear. You know what I'm saying? It's time. It's Sunday. Wherever it's at for y'all, nigga, go to sleep. I don't give a fuck what time it is. Just end the night, because we finished. You feel what I'm saying? Because we done. Since we're done, nigga, you're done. Crack in the 80s.
In the 80s.
Crack, crack, Mike, crack.